Hey, real quick, I want to show you the components in my Floral Preservation Kit. I have 4 preserving boards, 12 quick dry papers. Also, we have a parachute cord. We have tweezers, which are going to be your best friend because the flowers can be pretty delicate. We have a preserving mist. We're going to go over that too in our tutorial. And also, I have these clips. If you have a hard time keeping your board together, you can just clip them on and stabilize them. That's the whole idea behind the clips. So before we get started here on our step-by-step instructions, one of the things I want to bring to your attention is the actual heat and power of the microwave. And that's going to determine whether you have your intervals at 30 seconds or 15 seconds. We're going to talk about that. What we've determined from microwave to microwave is if some are hotter, you're going to see scorching. So if you see that, if it's too hot and you see some browning and scorching, go from 30 seconds down to 15 seconds and you're going to know that on your own. So the one thing we don't have control of in this kit, because it works the same way in every microwave, is the second and how hot your microwave is. So let's get started, and I want you to grab a couple of your preserving boards like this. And what I like to do with my preserving process is like 3 quick dry papers on the bottom and 3 on top. And the next thing you want to do, because this helps cinches your boards up, is take your parachute cord and tie a knot in the end. This helps with the pinch and cinch that I'm going to show you here in a minute. Also, I've already cut a lily, and what I like to do with lilies, if you can see, the inside is so colorful, and there's so many colors and varieties of them. I like to just set it out and kind of arrange it a little bit like this, where you can see the inside, like that. Don't be so picky. I'm just a very picky person, but you want it to be more colorful, and then it doesn't matter if it snaps or cracks or whatever happens, because it's going to stay together. You take your next 3 quick dry papers. I like to go from the right to the left like this. Okay, put it in the center. We're gonna get our other preserving board, match up the lines. We have your inserts and you have your slits. Now we're gonna take our parachute cord like this. This is where the pinch and cinch comes in. So you're gonna see that. I'm gonna pull it tight, have my knot in my slit. We're gonna go to the bottom, pinch it, to the top, pinch it. You're gonna do this every single time you wrap it up. So pinch it on this side. Sometimes I hold up against my body just because I need the stability. So we're gonna wrap it and then we're gonna tie it off. Again, every corner we're pinching and cinching, and this is what it's gonna look like every single time, no matter what kind of flower we're working with. Okay, so then remember the bowl we talked about? We're gonna start with our microwave. My microwave actually is 15 seconds. We're gonna take our bowl, we're gonna put it with the dome side up, and we're gonna place our preserving boards on here, this way, every single time, every single type of flower. And then we're gonna microwave it for 15 seconds. Okay. It's been 15 seconds. Let's take out our preserving boards. You're gonna leave your paper bowl in there every single time. Now what I want you to do, this is part of the protocol, same way, same thing every single time, no matter what type of flower it is. So I'm gonna count 1, 2, 3, do a sneak peek. If it's sticking, it's fine. And if it's sticking either side or on this side, doesn't matter. Don't touch it, just flip it over. First thing I do, because we want these quick dry papers to cool the same time and dry out, is just fan them out just like this. Don't touch your flower, just leave it, it's fine. So now this is where my timer comes in. I'm gonna set that for 2 minutes. Okay, so now our 2-minute cool down is done. What we're gonna do is reassemble our quick dry papers like this. And again, we didn't touch our flower. Nice and beautiful, vibrant color. We're gonna reposition our quick dry papers. Remember, now we'll put them on top. We're gonna go back and we're gonna pinch and cinch like we did. Same way, same time, everything's the same. So take the knot. Again, we're pinching, right? And wrapping. So we're pinching and we're cinching up at the same time and we're wrapping it off. Put it back in the microwave 15 seconds. Okay, so this is actually my 4th time in the microwave. Again, we do it 4 different times, 4 different cool down times. We're gonna unwrap it the same way. We're going to go ahead and have our 2-minute cool down time. Let's open it up, open face, count down our 3 quick dry papers because we know where they're at, right? Okay, now we have this, and the reason I want to do the 2-minute cool down time because it is continuing to dry and evaporate, which is really important. Go ahead and do your 2-minute time, and then after that, I'm going to show you how to transfer it to the cookie sheets. So that was our 4th cool down, and now we're going to take our tweezers and we're going to lift our lily up. It's going to have a little bit of flexibility to it, which is fine. So we're going to take that and actually transfer that to our cookie sheet, just like this. The reason we do this is because if there's any moisture in it at all, it could possibly mold, and not that it will. And we want to know that when we're touching this, you feel like that there's moisture that's completely out of the petals. There might be a little moisture here. That's fine. So now I like to let them set overnight. When I get all my flowers done, and we have the same protocol on every single type flower, then I like to set on my cookie sheet. I want to get another paper on top like this. Put your cookie sheet on top. I might have 6 or 7 flowers already preserved. I might want to stack them up as well. But the petals are dry. They're almost completely dry, just to make sure. We're going to have this last step, and that's where we come in with the bowl. There you go. Now they're done, and you're going to let them set up overnight, and then next thing we're going to do when they're dry, we're going to show you how to preserve them with the preserving mist and the diffuser. Okay guys, I actually have a flower that I have been sitting overnight in the cookie sheets. It's completely dry. And I'm going to show you that next step because we do have the preserving mist in the kit. And also you can buy a diffuser from my product line. You don't have to have it. I just find that if you use it, it doesn't mess up your petals and all that work you've already done. So we just remove the bowl. Let's look and find our flower. There we go. I like to take the tweezers. Let's take our preserving mist. You might want to test it a second just to make sure it's misting. Like the easy, both sides. Now take the diffuser. I like to put it on low. Like I said, there's actually a binary effect between the mist and the diffuser and that heat. There's a fusion that it gets in the petals better and easier with the heat than just spraying it alone. That's why I've incorporated it. So that's all you do, guys. It's super easy. It's now ready, once it's dry, to put in your albums or your artwork or anything else you want to do. Hey guys, now you know how to use the process. What I want to do is simplify it and do some tips and tricks. I've had roadblocks over the last 3 years, and as I've evolved, I figured them out, and I want to share those with you so that your time doing this and your experience is fun and fast, and it's something you're going to want to share with your friends and family. What we're going to do now is how to reflex your rose. What you want to do is keep the stem on it because you're going to use that as leverage. Also, take these petals off the leaf part. You don't need them. What you want to do is, what reflexing is take the petals and just bend them back one after another. We want to get to the center. What this does is open it up, so when you place it down, it's going to be nice and flat and present nicely. We want a nice round rose. We want to get to the center, as far to the center as you can. You need maybe 6 or 7 layers. But we get to the center and it's just too hard. Just massage them, they'll open up. Okay, then when you get to the center, I want you to take the middle, twist it like this. You have the center, it's nice and open. I want you to take it, lay it flat like this. Okay, and what I like the stem for is you can actually hold on to it. And that gets you in the position now. Cut it off right even. Like that, there you go. That's reflexing, and that's what we want to do. And next you'll take your quick dry paper and go ahead and put it in the microwave. Have it face down like this. Don't smash it because we don't want to break it. So we'll just move it on the top like this, and it's going to be pretty bowed. One thing about the bigger roses like this is they will decrease 50% in the first 15 seconds. So the same thing, we want to make sure that we pinch and cinch, and I'll give you a little tip right here. So make sure you have the knot. This is really important. We want to cinch it up tight. So we have a pinch and cinch all the way around. So I like to maybe put up against myself just because they have that leverage. Because they are bulky, but you still want to close each end, pinch and cinch, because we want it to microwave and heat evenly and then pop in the microwave. Again, it's 15 seconds and you know the protocol. So guys, when you take your rose out of the microwave, we want it to look something like this, nice and round. So when you take it out and you see that it's not completely even, just move the petals around. Try to make it in circular, so when you finish it, it's gonna be nice and in that format that you want. Just move it around. You can do it any way you want to, but it's going to present nicely on the other side. And I like to open up these petals on this side as well. Just a little tip there, because, and then at the end, if you don't like the way it's presenting, then there we go, nice and round. Then just trim it off. It's all going to look nice and uniform and beautiful. And now we have more of a circular rose, just FYI. So the same rose, they can dry any way you want. They can dry in this position or this position, just whatever you think looks the best. So that's a tip and trick I want to share with you. What I like to do with my daisy is once I lay it flat on my quick dry papers, I like to take and just make sure that all the petals are covering any gaps within the daisy, just so it presents better. And once you have it one time in the microwave, it's gonna stay in that position, and just get your petals where you want them, and then take your quick dry papers from your right to your left. Another tip I like is once I do that, I like to take my finger around the head of the flower so they stay nice and they don't gap during the microwave process. So let's look at the single petal flower. What I like about this and why I want to show you is that when we flip everything down, face down, Your petals, what you want to do is just like close the gaps, just like you do your daisies, anything else, because that's how they're going to present. And also, your single petals may, after 4 times, stick, and I want to show you what that looks like and what your expectation is. So here's my first time out of the microwave, and what we do, our protocol, remember, count your 3 quick dry papers, flip it over, and you can see that it's sticking on this side. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what side it sticks on. So what you do is just spread your papers out on the other side like we did. Have your 2-minute cool down, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like at the end of 4 and how to remove it from your paper quickly and easily. Now I have had this single petal flower in the microwave. This is the 4th time. I have not touched it. I've had 15 seconds increments because that's the sweet spot for my microwave, which we talk about in the video to find that sweet spot, the time that works best for your flowers in your microwave, and also a 2-minute cool down. So what happens when they stick like this, and you're going to see that a lot with your single petal, it's no big deal. What you want to do is just gently take your tweezers, that's what they're for, to get underneath the petal like this. Just kind of remove it. It doesn't really want to stick all the way around. Super easy, just take your time. Don't want to mess up the petals. Then I like to take it, watch, have it sticking just a little bit here in the middle. Let's take your tweezers, and there you go. And look at this, guys, it's just, it's a little flimsy, so you might want to, this is when we'll put it on our cookie sheet and let it set overnight, so we make sure it gets 100% dry. But you don't need to keep putting in the microwave because that's just going to deteriorate the color and fade it out. So it's perfectly fine like this. Again, we'll set it over at the side, and that's what you do if your flower sticks, and you're going to have beautiful results. Here's one I did earlier in the day, so and it's already dried because it's been out for over an hour, but that's the expectation for you. Let's look on the other side. So they're beautiful, single petal. Don't be, they're just going to turn out amazing. Just be a little patient and do these steps, and you're going to have 100% success. Okay guys, I've just taken my rose out for the 4th time. I've taken it out, and I've also let it cool down 4 times as well. I just want to have a watch out for your multi-layer flowers, which are going to be your roses, your spider mums, your chrysanthemums, anything that's multi-layer. It's going to have more moisture. And so what we want to do is we want the petals to be as dry as possible before we set them aside on the cookie sheet, because if there's any moisture in them, as it evaporates, it's going to fade, and we don't want that because we want them as vibrant as possible. So we actually were looking for something like this consistency. It's kind of crispy, and you know it's dry. It's going to be a given. So just remember, at the 4th time, when you finally look at your rose, if you feel any moisture in it, just pop it in a couple more times and try to get your multi-layer flowers back to this consistency. A tip I want to show you is a couple of flowers that you're going to see most commonly in your flower arrangements. One that's the most popular right now when your wedding bouquets is the ranunculus, and it's just beautiful. It's very delicate, and it just presents nicely in the bouquets. Unfortunately, when you put it in the microwave with my kit, you're going to end up with something like this, which it might be something you like and you're okay with. What I found is, by accident, if I send them on the counter by themselves, they end up preserving like this. I don't have any other flower that I work with that you can do that with. But what's nice too, I do a lot of floating frames. You can just flatten them out and they still look 3D. The next flower is stalk. You're going to see these all the time in your regular day-to-day flower arrangements, a lot in your funeral arrangements. And they're just, the stalk on it is so thick that when you put it in the microwave, it just flattens out. It does not present nicely at all. It's too wet. So what I found, again by accident, was I end up turning it upside down and hanging it just for 2 or 3 or 4 days till it starts getting really crispy, and the stalk starts to thin out, so it's not have so much moisture and you see more of a 3D. Then when I feel like it's crispy and I feel like the moisture is out of the stock pretty nicely, then I just kind of curve it and put it in the microwave like this for 10 seconds. 10 or 15 seconds, you'll know, 15 seconds, it doesn't really matter. The moisture is almost already out of it, and this is gonna present way nicer than if you just try to do the stock on its own. So what happens when the next morning and there's moisture still in your flour and you didn't put it on your cookie sheets, which is fine, we can still fix it. So you might end up seeing something like this. Your petals are gonna curl up. What I want you to do is get some water and just mist it, top and bottom. Saturate a little bit, okay? Then what we're gonna do is just do the same protocol, but it's only gonna be about 10 seconds because they're already dry. Let's put it in the microwave and see what that looks like. Remember, cinch and pinch, same thing. You know the drill, I just keep reiterating it. So about 10 seconds. Okay, just 10 seconds in the microwave, maybe 15 seconds. If you get it a little more saturated, you might wanna have it a couple more times, but you'll know, they're already dry, so it's not like the moisture is the same as it was when it was in its original state. So again, you do the 3 seconds and there you go. Look, we have it nice and flat. You can also preserve your greenery. It actually presents really nice in your floating frames and also in your albums. The only difference that you do, it's the same protocol. 15 seconds, you wrap it, and also you have your cool down time. But it's only gonna take about twice because if you think about flowers that have very little moisture in them, it's gonna take less time in the microwave. And you're gonna know that. You're gonna look at your flower every single time you take it out. So this is what your greenery can look like. Face down, and when you get out, this is expectation. It looks really nice. Also, that's the same protocol with your leaves. I'll show you this fall leaf from 2 years ago, and I just did the same thing. It's just a couple times in the microwave, same protocol. Anytime you put your flowers on your preserving boards, if you can, I like the flowers all face down. Keep them like that. A little tip on your whites is they want to turn brown, so less is more. For example, this white daisy, which is one of the hardest to do, face down, 15 seconds, you know your protocol, and you can have this kind of expectation. Nice and white. I want to give you a heads up on flowers like these. They are beautiful. You see them a lot in the grocery stores, but they're spray painted, and that paint is going to mess up your quick dry papers. Any flower, any petal, heads up, maybe your garden variety that might have spray on them for whatever reason, they're gonna mess up your quick dry papers and you're not gonna have a good result. I wanna show you the carnation and how to position it. They're a little bit difficult because of this big stalk on the back of it. So what I like to do is I place it flat down, put my finger on the stalk like that, and it starts to spread out. Then you could take your quick dry papers, go from left to right, just like this. So then the same protocol. This is the expectation you can have if you position it like that. And that's, to me, is the best possible outcome with carnations. What we want to do in order to get our rose to flatten out and look like this and present this way is we need it to bloom. So this one has bloomed and this one is still ready to bloom, but I have a couple tricks and tips that'll teach you how to make them bloom quicker. One is to put it in warm water and also cut your stem at an angle, right? And then if you, there's some petals on the outside, we can go down to the bottom and remove those. Just so it has, it's allowed to bloom because it's so tight. And also I like to just like blow some air on the end of it just so it starts that blooming process. So that's how to get it to bloom. We have 4 preserving boards and 12 quick dry papers, which actually allows you to do 2 flowers at the same time. So I already have one that's been 15 seconds in the microwave. You know the drill, but I'm gonna go through it really quickly, and we want to free up this cord for our second one. Go ahead and do your 3 paper countdown. Quick peek, open it up, fan it out, do the same thing. I just want to make sure you know the protocol. I know it's redundant, but it's better safe than sorry. Next thing you want to do, so you already have a flower ready to go. Let's go ahead and cinch it up. Okay, then we have 15 seconds in the microwave. Okay, all right, so now we have 1 flower done, the second 1 flower. Again, it's the same drill, same thing, the same way every single time. I like to put mine out together, my 3 paper countdown, sneak peek, it's not sticking. Fan it out, I like to do it right when I take the papers out, fan it out here. Now, you do 2 at a time, and you can maximize your time in the microwave and maximize your kit. One of my #1 questions in the kit are in regard to the boards. If they warp, is it okay? Yes, it is. They're gonna warp. It's a lot of moisture. All you do is you have your flower this side and this side. If they're warped, just flip them over. Now you put your flower here and your flower here. It's gonna straighten them out. So now we have all of our flowers preserved. What are we gonna do with them? We have created these custom albums. Real quickly, what makes them so special is not only do we have a cover page, so for generations they're gonna know who the album belongs to, but also we have these sealed sleeves that helps protect it from the elements. We also have a place to document it, and also a photo of the event, which just ties it all together. Next thing, we have a wedding album. We also have an at-peace album. So anything, any event you might have, we have an album for it, and you'll have a forever home for that forever floral keepsake that means so much to you. So that's all I have for today, and I'd like to remind you to follow us on Instagram and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and keep preserving flower, people, because I know you'll never regret creating floral memories. And so till next time, see ya.